Hello and welcome in the cellar. In this episode, I will show you the electricity in the cellar, and I am now completely 100% done with the electricity and the lighting, 99%. It's a huge relief. I've been planning it and thinking about those aspects of the cellar for years now. I'm really glad it's now done. I've made some addition to the lighting since last time, which I will obviously show you maybe in the end. But as a bit of experience feedback, since then I've been working in the cellar with the new high base, and let's say I'm really happy with them still. I think the lighting in the cellar is great. I've been finding myself happy to be in the cellar, happy to be working in the cellar, and I think it's in part due to the new lighting. I did not film a lot during the electrical installation. Don't think it's that interesting. It's not a time-lapse subject. We'll see how the edit of that turns out. And I also have received my panel and all the devices, breakers and big residual current devices. So that should be pretty easy to do. The hard part on this project is working on the uneven walls. Every time it's really taking some time to plug things. So yeah, everything will be in here. My power in, which will be coming from up top with a much bigger cable. So I just pulled a new line. Went okay this time. I managed to keep the guide wire inside, so good for me. And this is my way of tying the wire together. Let me show you without the tape. So I use earth wire, I don't know why, but I keep doing it. I strip a bit of it and I make a loop. And after that, I try to loop the other wires around it. I have power here for outlets and a light, so two different gauges, 2.5 square millimeters and 1.5 square millimeters. And now I'll put a derivation box here, so the wire can continue in the conduit, and I can have my outlet and light here. To have a plug on the ground, which wasn't really planned for, but I think it worked out okay. So this will be used with the workbench, and I'll have some cable, and I want the workbench to be movable, so I'll have a long cable that can be plugged from different positions. A bit nerve-wracking to do that to my floor, and it will be very useful. So I finished all of my lines, so now I am working on the main electrical box. Here, where I'm trying to connect everything, and I'm in the middle of it. Yeah, I've put a board on the wall because of the stones. It's a nightmare to align the panels, and I have this big one also to put on the side, will contain all of my automation. And yeah, so it's held pretty solidly. I have anchor bolts and some screw with plastic anchors, so it's not budging, which is great. Okay, so it doesn't look like I should be happy, but I am. I've just tested my whole panel box with a really temporary solution, so I'm connected to my workbox just to see if I can really cut it off now. So now I will be powering the main panel with this cable that goes to this one right now. Now that I know that everything is working, I have put my automation box in here. I have power in here. It's not really amazing, but I will redo everything inside here. Just have left some connection between the automation box and this derivation box here. and those will be for some accent lighting. So it's not critical for now. This was the first time doing anything of the sort, so the first couples are, of course, really fine, and when you add another and then another and then another, it starts to be a bit messier. Right, yeah, this is great. I have some work to do for the cabling and management cable on top, but this will wait. I will have to run my really big cable to my main panel, and that will be complete. Yes, I still have some bits here and there to tidy. Yeah, okay. But now let's take a bit of a tour of the new electricity installation. Okay, so let's start at the end of the cellar, in the poop cellar. So I want this space to be used as maybe a metalworking area. So I need to have some outlet for powerful machines, like a welder or a belt grinder. So I have 4 in here, which should be enough, and those are on 20 amperes circuit. So this is the setup I've ended up with those exposed corrugated conduit. I could have tried to have something straighter, but it would have taken a lot of time, and it really depends on the stones you can screw onto. So in the end, this is what I could do in the time I allotted myself. So this circuit is going through the cable tray and going back at the entrance of the cellar with my sub-panel. I have another plug here. So I had initially designed 2 circuits running through the concrete slab, like here. So those sheaths are running through the concrete slab. So I have a west circuit and an east circuit with those. So this is the end of the line. This is the end also. Sorry for the mess. An example, when I had cable going in and out of the concrete slab, I have a junction box here. It's not really straight. It really depends on the stones you have behind your plug. So I did what I could with the situation in each particular spot. And also I tried my best to have everything leveled. But drilling into the stones it's never perfect, so you always end up being a bit crooked. But anyway, I have those here. In this area, I put the plug a bit higher because I think I will have a workbench level here. And I have reserved some here, some cables, so I will have a workbench here, and I will have plugged in the back, so those will be there. And also, I will have a workbench in the middle here. I will also use this junction box to power it. 2 plugs there, and 2 plugs there. Plug here alone. And now we arrive at the sub-panel and my electrical installation. So those are coming from the cable tray. So those are light and the power for the poop cellar. And this is my main power inlet coming from my electrical panel for the house. And the sub-panel for the cellar. Everything went pretty okay. These are the different circuits. So the west, east, north. I have made some reservation for maybe lighting in the under cellar. Also, I have a big outlet here. It's 32 amperes. The plan is to use it for an induction forge. Now let's look at the new addition I've made to the lighting situation. As you can see here, it's a bit dark because we are in the penumbra of this one. So I wanted something to remind that it is the exit of the cellar. I've made myself a LED panel, which I built in a weekend. I was really happy with that. It's a bit mid on some areas, but it's doing the job. And really, psychologically, it's working very well to orient the cellar. You have this cold light here on the side of your eyes always. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. It has the effect I wanted. It adds just enough light in here that you see what you're doing. And as you have maybe seen, I have added some accent lighting to highlight the arches. So let's dim a bit the main light. So I have 2 on each arches. Also, I have something that is not entirely automated yet, but I know it's a bit corny, it's maybe a bit too much, but I tried those on the arches and I wasn't happy. So since I've opened it and used it, I thought it could be a good idea. And since it's a bit of an ugly site, the conduit and the pipes, and also this wall is also a bit in the penumbra of the high bay. I don't know, I like it. And maybe in the middle I will be able to put another light, a sign or something at some point. And the last thing is, even with the dimming at the minimum, and the high bays are a bit too arched. So I wanted something in the middle, because if I remove them, let's light the ring lights. So it's looking kind of great, but we are missing a bit of light here. It's not enough to read and write, for example. So I wanted that. So I added something this morning which illuminates only the center. It's a LED panel I've made with the leftovers of aluminum and acrylic I had from this one. And it's powered by the same power that powers the ring lights. And it has a shroud, so it's lightening the bottom part where people will be, but not the sides too much. So we have this variation of light with the cold lightning on the vault and the warm lightning in the bottom. And if you ask me, I think it's pretty great. I also cleaned up my cable tray, so I reworked all of that. And I reworked the main box, so this was a bit of a rat nest of cable, and now I have cleaned it up, and I'm really happy with that. I tidied up all the cables runs. It also took a bit of time, and climbing on the ladder and to do that is not really comfortable, but really happy I did that. Mainly, I want to be able to play and have role-playing games in the cellar, so that's why I've gone to the efforts of those kind of lighting, more of an ambiance light. But also, I wanted to highlight and show the work I've done in the cellar, and I think this lighting is a pretty good step in that direction. It's pretty cool to have my automation, because I can switch from different scenes. So let's go to a real workshop. Okay. And now a bit less aggressive and a cozy step. I'm in. So those are garden lights, which I 3D printed some wood to be sure they only light the walls and they are not lighting outside. So it needs to be pretty precise. Yeah, so in conclusion, for this video, a bit more talking, I'm afraid. I'm really happy of what I've been able to accomplish in the last few weeks. As I said, it's a real weight off my shoulders, not having to think about this electrical stuff anymore. It's been years in the making and it's finally done, so I'm really glad about that. I'm really happy about the lighting. I've pushed myself. I didn't settle for stuff I wasn't entirely happy with, and I'm glad I did that. I found the electricity part quite easy. It's more about the practical stuff you are doing, the things you are doing over and over again, choosing the right tools and processes, which I found during the making of all of them. I've never done an electrical installation like this, so I learned a lot. I have a few things to do which are not really video worthy, but the next part, and I think this will be the last part of the renovation, is doing the plumbing. I need to move my water inlet from the entrance right now towards the middle of the cellar. I need to switch this hose for some hard plumbing stuck into the wall properly. I have bought myself a sink. I have bought myself some pump, so I need to work that all together. So this will be the next video. I will try to make it a bit better. And yeah, after that, it won't be about renovating the cellar. It will be about making and fitting the workshop, at which point nobody will want to watch, but that's life. There is one other thing I'm putting out of my mind. It's working on the entrance on top of the cellar. I need to put an electric winch to get stuff in and out of the cellar. But for that, I need to remove the old ceiling, and I really don't want to do that. So the next video will be the last of the renovation of the cellar. If you're stuck with me so far, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.